Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2017 VRC 8-Scale Nitro Buggy World Championship. Getting set to go here for Buggyland. Looking for that tone to sound. Your top qualifier, Mark DeZwart. Tone sounds. We are often underway. It is Jonas Larson taking over the lead early. Right out of the gate, grabbed a handful of throttle, jumped his way up into the number 1 spot. DeZwart in that number 2 spot as they work their way around here. Looks like Warren Jones working his way up to the number 3 spot now. Here they go. Lap number 1. The World Championship for 8-Scale Nitro Buggies is underway. A 60-minute race here in this one as they work their way back around onto that back side of the track. First and second. Already putting a little bit of a gap there on Warren Jones in the number 3 spot. Most of these drivers in this one, some of the most experienced drivers in the off-road scene, many of them in the on-road scene as well here in VRC-Pro. Warren Jones being one of those. Warren Jones in that all-black car in the number 3 spot, chasing down DeZwart right now. Out front, though, it's going to be Jonas Larson out of Sweden. As they come back onto that left-hand side, Larson in the red, white, and black. Taking that inside line, going double single onto the slick brick section. Down the front stretch, aired it out right now. One lap into this one, your top 5 right now going to be Larson, DeZwart, Batasso, Hillman, and Jones now your top 5. So Jones, a little bit of trouble there as we're watching our leaders. Good battle for this top spot right now. DeZwart looking to the inside. Bumps that inside pipe just a bit. Not able to make the pass quite on Larson. Here they head onto the back section now once again as they work their way back around. DeZwart in that yellow, green, and orange TLR buggy. Down the back section they go, up and over the big back triple here at Buggyland. Such a fantastic track. What better way to finish out the World Championship season? They're right here at Buggyland with the Nitro Buggy class. Here they come onto the right-hand side once again, DeZwart. That last time by for DeZwart going to be a 38.3. Fast lap in this one is going to be by your leader, Larson, I believe. We'll see when he comes back around. I take that back. I believe a 38.2 for Mark DeZwart is going to be the fast lap early on here in this one. Back to Warren Jones here in the number 4 spot. He's chasing down Eric Batasso out of Italy. Warren Jones, the American driver. Up and over the triple he goes on the left side, working his way to the inside. Oh, trying to make the move on Batasso. Batasso closes the door on him. Double single, a little trouble there for Jones. Up and over the front section, you can see those drivers flat landing that first big double. In our spec classes, a lot of racers just stretching as far as they can just to clear that. And obviously here in our open classes, these guys airing it out wide open here in this one. Mark DeZwart still in the number 2 spot. He has dropped 0.8 of a second back now from Jonas Larson. So Larson out front right now. He started 3rd on the grid. We saw him jump out to the early lead, and he's looking to stay there right now, but still a lot of racing left to go. It's Larson, DeZwart, Batasso, Jones, and Lapvo. Here they come on the left-hand side. Once again, DeZwart down the front stretch. We saw some pristine consistency from DeZwart in qualifying. Taking a time shift here. We're 5:30 in now. Larson still out front with a 1.7 second lead on DeZwart. And Warren Jones has closed the... Oh, big mistake there for DeZwart. DeZwart catches the top of the step up, goes end over end over end. Does not need a corner marshal, however. Oh, and another mistake. So he needs a corner marshal there. That's going to drop him even further back in the back. Wow. So Mark DeZwart right there, one mistake after another, and it just goes to show consistency. We were just talking about how consistent he was in qualifying, and now 2 mistakes in 1 lap for Mark DeZwart. That's going to take him from 2nd place, and I'm guessing that's going to drop him back to probably the 4th, 5th, maybe even 6th spot as they work their way around. Meanwhile, out front with no problems, Jonas Larson. Larson working his way back into the infield right now. He's got a 2.8 second lead over Warren Jones. And DeZwart, even after that disastrous lap, only dropped to 3rd. So the only spot he lost was Warren Jones. However, he lost a lot of time to the leader here in this one. He's now nearly 6 seconds back from Larson out front. Larson working his way around right now on the left-hand side. Coming up and over the roller, double single, back around to the front side now. Fast lap on the track for your leader, a 38.0. Almost dipping down to the 37 second. And Jonas Larson, now that last time by a 37.9. Taking another time shift now, almost 20 minutes in. We're at the 17-minute mark here in this one. As we work our way around right now, Mark DeZwart has now taken over the lead. So DeZwart, after a somewhat disastrous start to this one, he is now back up into the number 1 spot. He's able to get back by Larson and Jones and now finds himself out front. However, I got a feeling he's got a pit stop coming up. We'll see how that shakes out. As Larson and Jones, 9/10 of a second apart now here in this one, second and third. There you see Warren Jones right there as he's working his way around Jones in the number 3 spot now. Jonas Larson in that number 2 spot. There you see Larson not far ahead of him right now. Larson about 9/10 of a second. With 17:45 into this one. Here comes Jones. There goes Mark DeZwart. DeZwart goes on by, so may not have that pit stop. DeZwart may just be on the gas as he's coming around right now. 3.3 seconds ahead of Jonas Larson. So he's starting to stretch that lead out here in this one. Warren Jones 1.2 seconds back from Larson, followed by James Lapeveau and Batasso, your top 5. There we're looking at Larson as he works his way back into the infield. There is the 4th and I believe 5th drivers right there. Yes, indeed it is. James Lapeveau in the pink and a white, Batasso in the blue. There's your leader once again, Mark DeZwart on the left-hand side, coming back around. Here comes DeZwart. This is the pit stop we were talking about. He is in for fuel now. He is on the wall. Here comes Jonas Larson. Larson going to be coming racing around that left-hand side. Down the front stretch. It's, oh no, Mark DeZwart! A terrible tumble coming out of pit lane. Catches the concrete wall, goes upside down off the track. That required a corner marshal for him there. We'll see how this shakes out as he comes back around. He's got Warren Jones right there behind him, and I believe Larson, we'll have to wait and see. Larson may have made a pit stop after that. So Larson may not be out front here in this one as we expected. DeZwart still may be in the lead of this one as he heads onto the backside of the track right now. His fast lap, a 37.7. We were in shock when we saw the 38.0 early on, and now a 37.7 by this guy right here. Turning up the heat here in this one. And Jonas Larson is going to be out front. He is 5 seconds ahead of Mark DeZwart after that disastrous pit stop for DeZwart. Here goes Larson into the rhythm section. We saw some drivers in our open e-buggy classes actually going wide and going triple single. However, with these nitro buggies, not quite the instant power that the e-buggies have, so you see them going double-double. A little bit safer line here for these guys. Warren Jones in the number 3 spot. He's 0.5 of a second back right now from DeZwart in the number 2 spot as they work their way onto the backside of the track, coming up on that 20-minute mark of this one. Larson, DeZwart, Jones, Batasso, and Lapeveau in the number 5 spot. Coming back around to the front side. Warren Jones. Wow, Jones jumping almost all the way to the face of that step up. He drops down up and over the backside there, trying to close the gap back up on DeZwart. 1.1 second separate him right now. DeZwart 4.5 seconds back from Larson. So Mark DeZwart, that last time by, is gaining time on Larson. And with nearly 40 minutes left of racing for these guys, anything can happen. Mark DeZwart trying to close that gap up on Larson. Larson, meanwhile, trying to stretch that gap out as much as possible here in this one. As they work their way back around on the left-hand side, Warren Jones, solid run for him right now. Coming back around to the front stretch. Up and over the double step up he goes. There we're looking at Mark DeZwart. Of course, Mark, your top qualifier, started out front, had a rough lap at the early stage of this race, came all the way back from it, was back up into the lead, and then exiting pit lane, caught that wall, flipped him outside the track area, and that handed the lead right back over to Jonas Larson. So Larson now finds himself back out front, 4.2 seconds ahead of DeZwart, and 1.1 seconds back from DeZwart going to be Warren Jones. You can see your leader right now, qualified 3rd. Looking to go from 3rd to 1st on the grid. We take another time shift now, 40 minutes into this one. Larson still out front. However, Larson only 1.1 seconds now. We saw him with nearly a 4.5 second lead about 20 minutes earlier in this race, and now he's only 1.1 seconds ahead of DeZwart. And here comes Larson in for fuel. Oh no! Larson through the chicane into pit lane makes a huge mistake, and it sets him back out on the front straight. Oh no! Jonas Larson now must turn around. Oh, a tragic pit stop there. Jonas Larson, that may have just cost him the world championship right there. Unbelievable. Larson making the mistake, coming into pit lane. The turn marshal sets him back out onto the front straight. He actually turns back around to come back into pit lane. Wow. We'll have to see how this shakes out. DeZwart definitely taking over the lead now. Jones up into 2nd. Unbelievable. Larson may still be able to hold on to the number 3 spot as the top 3 drivers have pretty much checked out from the rest of the field in this one. I believe they had about a 40-second lead over James Lapeveau in the number 4 spot and Hillman in the 5. Wow, so Larson now drops back to 3rd. He is 12 seconds behind Jones, with Jones is 2 seconds behind DeZwart. So right now, Mark Deswart back to the front in this one. We've seen him here several times already in this race. Can he hang on to it? Warren Jones in that number 2 spot, 1.6 seconds back now. So Jones, as he works his way through a bit of lap traffic, is closing the gap up on your leader slowly but surely. Got about 15 minutes left for these drivers. Onto the left side they go, up and over the bank turn. Mark Deswart out front. His fast lap's still going to be that 37.7. And it looks like he is in for fuel now. Good clean entrance to the pits. There goes Warren Jones. Jones going to go on by. So Jones now taking over the number 1 spot. However, Jones has to make his spots. And Mark Deswart, clean exit as well. We saw the pit lane exit taking its toll on him early on in this race. I tell you what, pit lane has been disastrous for more than one driver in this one, including our front runners. Here they come back around right now. Mark Deswart in the number 2 spot. Warren Jones going to be out front leading the way. Up and over the big back triple into the big berm turn they go here at Buggyland. Here comes Warren Jones around to the front side. Jones goes on by. It's that big W. You really get an idea of just how much airtime is on that front straightaway here at Buggyland from this angle. As he works his way back into the center section right now. His fast lap, Warren Jones, a 37.5. Oh no! Warren Jones tumbles in the rhythm section. Jones comes up short, swaps back and forth, lands back on his wheels, does not need a corner marshal, but has to spin back around. And in the meantime, Mark Deswart is back to the front. So Mark Deswart now leading this one. Warren Jones in the number 2 spot. Jonas Larson in the number 3 spot. Unbelievable turn of events here in this one. And now Warren Jones in for fuel. Wow. So Warren Jones could not have picked a worse lap to have that mistake in the rhythm sections. Now that may let Larson go by up into the number 2 spot. There they come back around on the backside. There's Jones. Jones in the number 2 spot as of right now. We'll see when they cross the timing and scoring line. I believe Larson may sneak by him. Taking another time shift. It's 53 minutes in now. Mark Deswart out front. Warren Jones has found his way back to second. Larson in third. James Lapaveau and Robert Hillman are your top 5. Warren Jones 10 seconds back from Mark Deswart. So Mark Deswart right now, he's got less than 8 minutes. Ooh, careful Mark. Mark coming into pit lane, just brushing up against that wall. We saw that potentially cost Jonas Larson the... Oh no! More trouble for Mark Deswart coming out of pit lane. Not near as disastrous as his earlier mistake. However, still another mistake for Deswart coming out of pit lane. Pit lane has played a big part in this race so far between our top 3 drivers. And arguably, I've got to say right now, your top 3, Deswart, Jones, and Larson, unstoppable at this point. They have stretched out over a lap on many of these drivers, and a lap over 4th, at least, on James Lapaveau. So these 3 still on the lead lap, and the only ones on the lead lap at this point in time. Mark Deswart on the left-hand side, double single. He's made his pit stop. Here he comes up from around the front section now. He's 1.8 seconds ahead of Warren Jones, but Jones still going to make his pit stop. Less than 7 minutes to go here in this one. Larson is 6.3 seconds back from Jones. Here comes your leader back into the rhythm section. This is where we saw Jones make that mistake right there through that double-double. Looked to me like he made just a bit of a timing mistake. Went a little bit overshot the first double. Got a little out of control there. Ooh, Deswart trying to work his way through lap traffic there. Up and over the triple he goes. Warren Jones still in the number 2 spot, 1.8 seconds back, but that's going to change when Jones makes his pit stop. Right now, Deswart, just has to keep it clean, and as I say that, he catches the inside curbing, goes upside down right at the line. Warren Jones goes on by now. Warren Jones, now your leader. He has not made his pit stop. There is roughly 6.5 minutes to go. Can Warren Jones possibly hold on to this one? I don't see any way. I think Jones has to make a pit stop. It's all going to come down to that pit stop. Right now, Deswart is 2 seconds back from Jones. If he can hold that distance. Oh, and Jones makes a mistake now. Jones goes upside down. He goes off the track. Watch right here. Trying to make a straight line through the chicane. Bumps the inside. Bumps the outside. As he comes back on the track, grabs a handful of throttle, barrel rolls it. It goes upside down back on his wheels. Meanwhile, there you see Deswart go on by. And now Warren Jones back in for fuel once again. Jones making a mistake. It seems to be every time he comes in for fuel, that's going to be his roughest lap. And once again, that proved right there, as Warren Jones has now dropped to third. Jonas Larson is up into second. I don't believe Larson is pitted, though. This is an insane race right now. Mark Deswart back to the front. We've got less than 5 minutes to go. It's anybody's guess as to who's going to win this race to claim the World Championship title here in VRC Pro for 8-scale Nitro Buggy. Mark Deswart on the left-hand side, driving the TLR Buggy, coming back around to the front stretch now. Up and over the big double he goes. And Deswart having his fair share of troubles at pit lane, taking a time shift now. 2.5 minutes left in this one. Warren Jones in the number 3 spot. He is 1.9 seconds back from Larson, but Larson is in for fuel. There was the pit stop we were talking about. So now Larson drops to third, Warren Jones to second. James Lapovo in the number 4 spot, Hillman in the 5. Baresh in the number 6, Batasso in the 7. As they work their way back through the infield right now, there's Warren Jones now up into the number 2 spot. He's going to be 4.3 seconds roughly, I believe, behind Deswart. We'll see when they come back around. Maybe a little bit longer than that as Jones making the pass on Larson while he's in pit lane. There goes Mark Deswart. Less than 2 minutes left in this one. Deswart is chasing a World Championship title. Onto the right-hand side of the track he goes. He doubles through traffic. Coming back around now. There's Warren Jones. He is 6.4 seconds back from your leader right now. And there's Jonas Larson right there, 4 seconds back from Jones. He's going to be 10 seconds back from Deswart in the number 1 spot. As they're working their way back around right now, time is winding down this one. 1:20 left to go. As Mark Deswart on lap number 90 right now. Some insane amount of laps being run here at Buggyland in this World Championship season, and especially for these drivers right here, a 60-minute final. 90-plus laps for your front runners in this one. That's a lot of laps. 1 minute left to go now. Jonas Larson in the number 3 spot. There's James Lapovo. James with a fantastic run here in this one. In the number 4 spot, Robert Hillman sitting in that number 5 spot with 45 seconds left to go here in this race. Warren Jones still going to be 6 seconds back from Deswart. With 30 seconds left to go, here comes Deswart around on the front side. I believe this is going to be his final lap right here. On the right-hand side, one final time here at Buggyland. Can Mark Deswart hold on to this one? He's got a 5.7 second lead on Jones and nearly a 10-second lead on Larson in third. Your top 3 still on the lead lap. 1 hour into this race right now. These guys are incredible. Absolute phenomenal talent, consistency from all 10 of these drivers out there right now. Jonas Larson there, you see him in the number 3 spot. 8 seconds left on that master clock as they work their way around. As Deswart making his way around right now, it's going to be close. He may get the free one on this one. I believe he may get it. He's going to get the free lap, I believe. Meanwhile, Warren Jones coming around for that number 2 spot. Time has expired. Jonas Larson finishing up in the number 3 spot on his victory lap right now, working his way around, ladies and gentlemen. It was a rough start, a rocky middle. Pit lane proved to be a challenge. However, the green, white, and orange TLR Buggy, your top qualifier, has proved he is the fastest here today. Up and over the triple he goes one final time through the switchbacks on that left side. Up and over the roller, double, single. Ladies and gentlemen, your world champion, Mark Deswart! Fantastic race right there to finish out the 2017 VRC World Championships. We want to thank everybody for watching and invite you to join in the action as well. Visit VRCPro.com to play today.